For people with print disabilities, reaching educational and professional goals means a long journey down a road less traveled. A road made smoother by Recording for the Blind and Dyslexic and 60 years of learning through listening. Colette Young and Recording for the Blind and Dyslexic. Listening to Colette Leilani Young's polished soprano voice, it's hard to believe that at one time she was advised to give up music.
Music has always been very important to our family. Colette was always very much enthralled with music. She sang all the time, especially when she was little. To her, it was a way of communicating. So it's just a very special part of her life.
But as easily as Colette learned and enjoyed music, it wasn't the same for her schoolwork.
Actually, in grammar school, I had always noticed that I had taken longer to do my homework. I would spend hours among hours just getting the assignments done.
About fourth grade, I sensed something was amiss. Meaning she had to work, in a certain sense, too hard.
I'd be like, oh great, I'm the dumb kid again who doesn't know what's going on in the book. You're on like a little totem pole, you're there at the bottom.
Once in high school, the hours and hours of work could not keep Colette from frustration and failure.
I was in physics class and I had just taken this. I had thought, well, this test wasn't terrible. I thought I had done okay and I got it back and I had failed.
At the end of the first month, the academic dean of the high school called us and said she'd like to arrange a conference.
At that initial meeting, they said to us, you know, Colette seems to be a very intelligent child. Do you think she's spending too much time on her music?
For her to say that was just, it was like, how, you can't just take that. It's not like I spend more time. And even my parents were like, she never spends time practicing. She's always up to the wee hours of the night, doing homework, grading papers, studying for tests.
I basically corrected them. I said, that's not it. There's something else going on here.
Finally, the school and Colette's parents agreed. Colette should be tested for learning disabilities.
The word learning disability scared me. It was like, you know, what kind of future is my child going to have? Is she going to be able to get through high school?
I was a little scared at first. I didn't know what was going to happen.
When I first met Colette, she seemed to be overloaded by the amount of reading that she had to do, and it was taking her a very long time.
If a dyslexic reader is reading, they often read at a very slow rate. By the time she could decode everything and process it, it's hard to hold on to the thread of everything that you're reading.
When her parents heard the information, it all made sense to them.
My mom can understand now why she would spend many, many hours reading my outlines to me and my textbooks and having to explain things over and over again.
One of the most important recommendations for Colette was the use of audio textbooks from RFB&D.
I wish we had been able to pick it up much earlier. I think I would have saved Colette a lot of grief, to tell you the truth.
As Colette's comprehension grew, so did her independence and self-esteem. She was able to rely more on herself and less on therapists, tutors, and her parents.
You're listening to the book as opposed to reading it. That can be important when someone has fairly intact spoken language comprehension, but when you look at their reading comprehension, it's much more impaired.
Very good.
RFB&D made a big contribution to her success and growth over the 3 or 4 years because it really gave her an opportunity to access information, both quantity and quality, that she probably would not have been able to do by herself.
Now a successful student at Bryn Mawr College, Colette continues to use RFB&D's audiobooks as she excels academically while still sharing the gift of music.
Using recorded books have made a huge impact. I enjoy reading for pleasure. I feel like better in classes because I'm able to keep up with the students. Like, I know I can stay on top and like know what's going on.
My daughter Colette is a fighter, but she's a happy fighter. She wants to do the best of everything to her ability, whether it be academics, music. She'll do it all.
I was able to get to where I am now because of RFB&D. Without them, I'd be lost.
For more information on how to become a member, volunteer, or supporter of RFB&D and its programs, visit rfbd.org.